Hey, I'm Gabby, also known as Senorita Gavita. Welcome back or welcome if you are new here. In today's video, I will show you my journey through Peachtober. For those who are unfamiliar with this challenge, Peachtober is a month-long challenge during October. So artist creates each day an illustration dedicated to an art prompt. And yes, I have here my sketchbook with all the illustration that I did. And I will take you with me in this video through my preparation process, from the brainstorming to the sketching the ideas, picking up the right art supplies. So I will show you how I managed to draw for almost 31 days. So let's dive into it. So we are now in the preparation part, because for me, and especially for this challenge, preparation is key. So I started in the middle of September to do the brainstorming, and I use mostly for it Pinterest. So I created a folder dedicated only for Peachtober, and there I added all my reference pictures, my inspiration pictures as well. So I did this for each day. So when I'm sketching the ideas beforehand, I could look there all the ideas and inspiration up. And I did, as I said, some sketches beforehand to save time during the challenge. And besides the brainstorming and the sketching, I also prepped my sketchbook with some washi tape. I used the washi tape to create a frame where I can draw then the illustration in. And yes, this little bit of groundwork made a huge difference once October rolled around. This is my second time participating in Peachtober. Last year I completed all the prompts digitally using my iPad and Procreate. However, this year I have decided to challenge myself by using traditional art supplies. I'll be using a sketchbook from Royal Talents, and also acrylic and alcohol markers, and for details, colored pencils. Not only does this help me fill up my sketchbook more quickly when I'm drawing all traditional, but it also enhances my skills with these tools. Each prompt presents a new opportunity to explore textures and techniques that I might not have tried before. So I have already noticed how working with physical materials required a different kind of patience and precision, which is both challenging and rewarding. So these are the reasons why I choose this time to draw the challenge with traditional art supplies. The theme this year are incredibly inspiring, sparking creativity and pushing me to think outside the box. I love also seeing how other participants interpret the prompts, and it feels like being part of a supportive and vibrant community. Sharing my progress on social media and receiving feedback from fellow artists has been an encouraging experience, motivating me to keep pushing my boundaries. So this is also a reason why I wanted to take part again this year. And the main theme or topic for my illustration this time was to incorporate my fairy guinea pigs, an adorable little creature I created last year, into many of the prompts. So I wanted to introduce them to you and share the story along with some fun facts. And this approach serves as a source of daily inspiration. So it was very helpful to stick to this cute fairy guinea pig and to use them for my ideas or like a background story. So I already have one character and I only needed to combine it with the daily prompt. I think, so for me, this way is a much easier way to get inspiration. And as you have seen in this video, I have two very cute guinea pig boys here at home, and they are my main source for my art. So I think having a story or characters to focus on can be very beneficial when drawing each day. As you already have seen, I'm using a very tiny sketchbook from Royal Talents Art Creation. I picked up a small size because it was the first time I'm doing this challenge with traditional art supplies, so I thought maybe it's a very good way to start first small and maybe next year to use a bigger size of sketchbook. So I was more confident to use the small size of sketchbook for the first time for this challenge. And I'm using acrylic markers from Artex and alcohol markers from Ohuhu and colored pencils. These are my go-to supplies for the challenge, and I'm thrilled to show you how I use them. I start each illustration with a pink colored pencil like usual. I use this colored pencil, the pink one mostly, to give the sketch a smoother touch, and I think it adds also a very great pop of color to the final artwork when the sketch is shining through the color layers. Yes, next I use the alcohol markers, and I use mostly the blending technique from light to dark shades, and then I add the details with colored pencil and finish with some highlights. I use for the highlights mostly acrylic marker with a very fine tip, and for the highlights the acrylic marker is from Posca because it's the only one at the moment that I found with a very small tip. And since alcohol markers bleed through the paper, I use acrylic markers on the back side, allowing me to utilize both sides of the sketchbook pages effectively. The colored pencil come into play for the finer details and textures, and I find that they really help bringing my illustration to life and to make each piece unique. And using the colored pencil was also very helpful during the whole drawing process because of the small size of the sketchbook. I wasn't able to make very fine details only with my acrylic markers or alcohol markers because they have a much bigger nib compared to a sharp colored pencil. So I was only able to color up the characters or the flowers and so on and very roughly with the markers, and then I have to add all the details with my colored pencil. I think in the end of this video or during the video I will show you my pinky nail on the side of a fairy guinea pig or mare pig, so you can see how tiny the characters really are. So it was a very precise drawing process each time. I love to use these art supplies because they dry quickly and I could save some precious time for drawing. They offer a wide color range as well and they can blend beautifully together. One tip that I want to mention if you want to try this challenge out or another challenge is pre-selecting a color scheme. And yes, with this way I was also keeping my pens within a reach when I was drawing. I left all the pens each day at the same place, and this was a game changer for the challenge. This organization allowed me to focus on creating rather than searching for the right colors during the process. Pre-selecting the colors was also a nice way to make a color scheme throughout all illustrations, so you can see when you are looking at them that they belong together. And sometimes I added here and there some new colors that wasn't in my prepared color scheme, but yes, it was very easy this way to draw the illustration. And it's also a way to not overthink all the different colors that you can use for one illustration. Sometimes a limited palette is sufficient for your illustration. The vibrant hues and smooth application of the markers have made my artistic session more enjoyable and productive. Not only do these supplies enhance my creativity, but they also inspire new ideas with each strokes. I have found that using them has sparked a newfound passion for exploring different techniques and styles. And in the end of the challenge, I realized how enjoyable it was to draw with acrylic markers and that I want to go deeper in this technique and draw with them more. I tried out with them in this sketchbook some blending and mix the colors together. It was okay with the sketchbook. I think another type of paper, a smoother one, will be better for the acrylic markers, but I realized that I want to go deeper in this technique and try out what I can achieve more with them. I must say Peachtober was both exhilarating and challenging. Drawing every day brought me immense joy, but it was only possible because of my extreme preparation that I did. Balancing part-time work and university meant I had limited time each day, usually just an hour or two. Recording the drawing process for both this YouTube video and my Instagram was particularly demanding. Adjusting the camera, editing the footage, and posting on social media was a daily task that required careful planning. Scheduling my day to capture the best natural light was crucial, and the editing process often took an additional 1 to 2 hours. Sharing my work on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube was rewarding, but certainly added the daily pressure. During the challenge, I came to the realization that I was rushing through the drawing process, resulting in less detailed illustrations due to the time constraints I faced. On some days I found myself drawing quite late as well, and on those occasions I prioritized recording more content for Instagram over YouTube, since Instagram is my primary social media platform and I wanted to ensure I had enough good material for my reels. Before I realized that it often meant that I was sacrificing the quality of my artwork, and I wanted to change it, so I started to devise a plan to balance my time better, allowing me to produce high quality illustration while maintaining an active online presence. So I focused then only on one platform at a time, and this approach allowed me to immerse myself fully in the creative process without the distraction of switching between tasks. So yes, I still managed to record some footage for YouTube, but I wanted to keep in mind that I needed the best light for the reels because I have there my main audience. But I will do a second video for Peachtober, and it will be a sketchbook tour where I show you more in detail each page. And I will tell you about the story behind each page as well. So it will be more shorter but more detailed with the illustration. So, and as I reflected on this change, I realized also the importance of maintaining a balance between creativity and productivity, and also by prioritizing quality over quantity, I found more joy in my work, and I received positive feedback from my followers who appreciated the improved detail and effort in my illustration. Throughout the challenge, staying motivated and inspired can be tough, especially when life gets busy. So, as I explained to you my steps, I like to set aside a specific time each day dedicated to my art, preparing the sketches, picking up the right art supplies or the color scheme beforehand. This routine not only helps me stay consistent but also provide a creative outlet where I can unwind and fully immerse myself in the process. Finally, I can't stress enough the importance of sharing your work and connecting with other artists. The Peachtober Challenge is all about community and growth. By posting my daily illustration on social media, I have been able to receive feedback, gain new perspective, and make wonderful connections with fellow artists. But I also want to be honest with you because this challenge, Peachtober, and the month October in general was very stressful and tough for me. I had so many things to do. I was also traveling and the new university started again, so I had a new semester where I had to go to my seminars. As usual, I'm working at the museum, so I was very busy, and sometimes when I was back at home, the only thing that I wanted to do was sleep, eat, and sleep again, and do nothing. So it was some days very tough for me, very hard to me, to find motivation to go to my desk and draw. But it also depends on the dark weather and cold weather here in Germany, so I'm getting also into my winter blues. It's also an aspect in my life right now which makes it difficult to be creative and to draw. But I'm very happy that I was able to draw for 31 days, and I'm very happy as well to look through my sketchbook and to see what I achieved during this month and to see all the colorful illustration. And yes, I'm very happy about it. But after I was finished with the Peachtober challenge, I took some days off from drawing. I think 5 days I wasn't drawing and posting to Instagram as well, because I also noticed that maybe it's not the right way to gain some reach on Instagram when I'm posting daily 2 posts. I think Instagram was thinking I was spamming. At the beginning of the challenge, my reach was very good and I got some good feedbacks and likes and so on, but then every day I got less and less feedback and the reach was declining, and I really think that Instagram doesn't like it when I'm posting that much. So it was also a very good reset for my Instagram as well, to take some days off and to start after a week to post again. and at the moment I'm editing mostly all of the illustration from Peachtober into art prints. So this is my main project right now after finishing the challenge, and I will add them for my upcoming first shop update, also including a few new stickers. And yes, I am very excited to work on it and to publish it soon. So this is all what I have to say about this video. I really appreciate your support and hope you enjoyed watching my creative browsing during Peachtober. Stay tuned for an upcoming sketchbook tour, which will be a shorter video than this one. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave a thumb up, to subscribe and push the notification bell. Until then, keep creating and have a fantastic day. Bye bye!